Hey everyone, how you doing this week? I hope you're having a fantastic week. Mine's not doing too bad. We had my daughter over for dinner the other night. We played some D&D last night. I'm feeling pretty good. What we got going on today though is we're going to make, well, we got some baking to do today. And that is we're making banana bread. Yeah, this is a quick bread, so there's no kneading, there's no resting, there's no yeast, there's no nothing like that. It's just flour and sugar and, you know, it's real simple. But yeah, let's get into this. This is a really good recipe. Get your bananas at least looking like this, okay? In fact, to me, these are perfect eating bananas. This is when they're the sweetest. This is when they're the most tender. So this to me is a perfect eating banana. They also are getting to the point where, well, they're getting almost completely black. And that's when you can really make good banana bread. I'm going to double the recipe again, just like in all my other cooking videos. Pretty much everything that's down below that's written out, that is a single recipe, so I'll make one banana bread, but I'm going to double everything, so I'm going to be able to make two, okay? So what I consider ripe bananas, or you might consider them overripe, but these are still usable. Six, you'll need 4 eggs, 2 sticks of butter. You'll need about 3 cups of flour. If you have them in a container like this, just shake your flour around and aerate it just a little bit. You know, if the recipe calls for sifting, that's all you gotta do, just shake your flour. So that's ready to go. We'll need, I believe it's 3 cups total. I've got my sugar here. This is gonna be 2 cups of sugar. And of course, you need loaf pans. Yes, look how old and grimy these are, but you know what? These are still really great pans. I've had almost no sticking issues with these. They're very well seasoned. And what we gotta do with these, we need to grease them up. Now you can use, you know, spray or whatever like that. I'm actually using Crisco. All right, unlike regular cooking, you know, if you're just doing some chicken breasts or making some mashed potatoes or something like that, I think my wife actually said this to me, in that cooking is art. You can play with it, you can have fun with it. Baking is a science. All right, you need to have the right pH, you gotta have the right starches, you have to have the right oils, you have to have the right viscosities, you gotta, you know, everything's gotta be in the right proportions to make everything turn out well. So, when you're doing your measurements, you gotta do what they call the scoop and sweep method. If you need to scoop something, you take something fairly level, like the backside of a butter knife, or you can even use like the lid that your ingredient is in. You know, sometimes those are flat and smooth. But you scoop up your ingredient and then you would go over the top of it, and that way you have a perfect measurement, okay? Turn your oven on to 350 degrees. Okay, what I want to do is I want to take all my bananas here, peel them up. All that, what they call bruising, all that brown, that's how you want your bananas. Because to me, the better you mash up these bananas, the better the bread's going to be. And the more browning and bruising you get on the banana, the smoother the mash will be. Now for this double recipe, I am using, what is it, 6 bananas? Alright, and we're just going to mash them up. Yeah, make sure you get all those out. And all I'm using to mash is just a standard, you know, fairly heavy fork. You know, you don't want to do this with a plastic fork or anything. And it doesn't have to be completely smooth, but yeah, that's about it. That's how you want to see your banana mush. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 2 sticks of butter into my mixer. And I've decided I'm going to do this low sodium style. That's why I use my wife's baking powder, and I also grabbed the unsalted butter. Okay, so there's the butter. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm also going to add my sugar. I need 2 cups. 1. I'm just shaking the excess off. 2. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down, lock it in position, turn it on low. And now what this is doing is it's actually punching little air bubbles into the butter, and that's what's going to leaven our bread. This is called a creaming method. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm going to push some of this stuff down off the sides. But as you can tell, the butter has gotten a lot lighter in color. And it is a much softer consistency. It's all nicely aerated. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the eggs. Alright, so we're going to put it on a low speed here. And just add 1 egg at a time. And when that's mixed in well, I'm going to add another. Alright, now that the eggs are fully integrated, I'm going to go ahead and put my banana mush in there. I'm going to stop it, give it a bit of a scrape down. Got 3 cups of flour. Scoop and sweep. Okay, so 3 cups of flour. Now I'm actually going to use my wife's no salt, no gluten baking powder. Make sure it's powder, not soda. Those are 2 different things. I need 2 teaspoons. 1, 2. So flour and baking powder. We're just going to give that a little quick stir, just to incorporate that baking powder into the flour a little bit. Okay, so my wife actually caught a mistake I made in that if you use the low sodium baking powder, you actually have to double it. I mean, I'm doing a double recipe, so I added my 2 tablespoons, but I'm supposed to double that. So I gotta add 2 more tablespoons, or 2 more teaspoons. Okay, so now's the time that if I wanted to add salt, I could add it to the flour, okay? I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually gonna make this a no sodium recipe today. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the mixer on low, slowly just pour this in and just get it incorporated into all that banana butter sugar mush that we got going on down here. So we're gonna just put it on low. If you just dump this in, flour is gonna be all over your kitchen. So go slow with it. There we go, got all the flour in there. Gonna turn it off real quick just to scrape down the sides. Turn it back on just to give it a quick mix. And that's it. The batter is all set to go. Alright, being that I'm going to do a double recipe, I got 2 pans here. And I've got just this silicone type basting brush. I'm just coating it with the Crisco. And you're going to just do the whole pan. It doesn't have to be super heavy, but you need everything covered. Make sure you get the corners real good. Once I got all 4 sides done, then I do the bottom. There you go. It's a greased baking pan. Now I'll do the other one. There you go. That's the second one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pour it into my loaf pan. Should come up about halfway. Do the other one here. I'm just going to try to even them up the best I can. Doesn't have to be precise. I'm just trying to push it around to where it's nice and even all over. Alright, there we go. These are ready for the oven. Alright, stick them in about the middle of the oven. And we'll set the timer for 1 hour. Okay guys, everything's done. As far as I know, everything is done. There you go. How's that look, guys? But how do you know it's actually done? Alright, grab a toothpick. Okay, just take a toothpick. See all those small crumbs on there. That's a good sign. It doesn't have to be completely dry. Usually when you're cooking bread, that's what you want, is you want to be able to poke your toothpick in, pull it out, and have it completely dry. A quick bread, you don't really need that. You don't really want that. You want to have some moisture on there, and actually these things are still going to be cooking a little bit while they're resting. So let them sit on the cooling rack for 10 to 30 minutes at least, and then you can depan them, slice them up, and start eating. If you wanted to make these like pumpkin or apple or something like that, you can. All you gotta do is substitute out the bananas. I think it actually calls for like a cup of banana. I just say 3 bananas and that's a cup. So if you wanted to make this pumpkin bread, just use a cup of pumpkin puree, you know, the canned stuff that you can get at the market. Just a cup of that, put in about a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. There you go. Same thing with applesauce. Use a cup of applesauce, put it in there. Again, throw in some cinnamon, maybe some vanilla. There you go. So this simple little recipe, all you gotta do is change out the banana, and you can make pretty much whatever you want. You can do zucchini, you can do carrot, you can, you know, sky's the limit, whatever you want to do. You can add walnuts, pecans, stuff like that as well. So yeah, play with the recipe a little bit and make what you like. Okay guys, it's been maybe about 20 minutes or so. This is smelling so good, I gotta get it out of here. I need some of this. Alright, let's depan it, cut it up, and have some. That came out perfectly. Take my knife. There you are. That cooked perfectly. Oh yeah, that looks real good. We got some butter here. Oh yeah, it's still nice and warm. Ooh, it's actually kind of hot on the hands. So the butter's melting almost immediately. A little bit more. Nothing like fresh banana bread. There's nothing to say. Make it. Enjoy it. Alright guys. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the road.